Here's an idea for Home Depot. I was just there a little bit ago. I got some plywood for fireworks because it's the 3rd, and we live in a suburban neighborhood, and I'm gonna shoot off fireworks. It's grassy, lots of trees. Probably a good idea to have a little bit of plywood down, you know. So I got a couple sheets of plywood to light them off, and I went in there, found some scrap, and so I just went up to their table saw to wait to get it cut, and I don't know, I waited like 10, 12, 15 minutes. I didn't mind waiting, but I mean, look, why not Home Depot? Why not just have like people can come in for a 3-hour afternoon certification, and if they pass the certification, they can be a card carrying table saw user at any store in the country. Why not do that? You know, like, that would save you guys some time. You get someone that can cut, you know. I'm sure some guys would get in there, they just start cutting for everyone. You know, it's not, I mean, I know why. I already know why. There's probably people at Home Depot that says, look, we've looked at this. Can't do it. It's liability. And that's always what it is. It's a liability issue. And I'll just say this. People that sue they just are sue happy, or they're looking for a payout, you know, like, they ruin it for everyone. Because this is a legitimate idea, it could work, but it comes down to liability. It comes to CYA, risk exposure. We can't do it because this could happen, and the only reason this could happen is because it's happened before. Someone has sued and they've ruined it for everybody. I gotta get over, buddy. Just please let me over. Come on. Like he can hear me tell him I need to get over. I've never seen a car like that. I mean, it's a standard car, but the color is like a toilet water brown. I don't know why you'd want that. At any rate, I know that the idea is good in principle, in theory, and that it can't ever work in practice because people ruin it. So, all right, well, it is July 3rd. I don't have much of a list on updates for you. I can tell you this, I've been thinking a lot about water solubility today. I think about water solubility all the time because you've got water soluble substances that can easily get into your bloodstream, and they're available to the body within minutes, seconds even. I mean, alcohol, water soluble. Do you know what a different world we'd be living in if alcohol was actually fat soluble? Maybe a lot better, actually. Might be a lot better. If you drank a beer and it took you 45 minutes to an hour and a half to feel anything from it, you might not drink any beers anymore, or wine, or whatever else. So maybe it'd be better. Given humanity's long relationship with alcohol, and not always a good relationship. So I think about water solubility a lot, and I'm back to thinking about it again because I've been studying some basic, just some chemistry fundamentals, and I'm trying to get a better grasp on real solubility, what solubility is in water. Water solubility, it involves hydration. Hydration meaning you've got your H2O molecule being it's a covalent bond. H2O is covalently bonded. It's a polar covalent bond, meaning you've got partial positive charges you've got a massive difference in your electronegativity values of oxygen, hydrogen. I shouldn't say massive, but it's a good difference. So you've got electrons that have an affinity towards your oxygen. So your oxygen is partially negatively charged, and your hydrogen is partially positively charged, and that creates all kinds of interesting interactions. You've got hydrogen bonds, of course, which I think they do sort of imply some solubility. Maybe, I'm still figuring that out. But essentially, I'm sort of talking through this myself, is, by the way, this song by Kygo, Louder, is sick. I love this song. The kids love this song, Louder. Always singing it back there. hit the chorus and they're just all singing louder. It's a great song. I love it. Back to polar covalent water molecules, a polar covalent bond. So you've got this idea of hydration where you put something like table salt into water, and your hydrogen, which has a partial positive charge, is able to surround the chlorine, which is it's a negative ion. Dude, that guy passed me up there like he's pissed off at me for some reason. No, he just had a turn. Maybe not. See, we always want to take it personally. It's not always personal. So the hydrogen is surrounding. You got your two hydrogens. They're split, surrounding those chloride ions, and that's like they're attracted to one another because you've got a -1 chlorine ion, and then you got your partially positive charged hydrogen atoms, molecules, and they're surrounding that chloride ion. Same thing on the other side, kind of. I think on the other side it's more. I think it's like so. Okay, you got your oxygen, which is partially negatively charged, interacting with your +1 sodium ion, and you've got something like I think that's electron donor accepted bonding, where I think actually those two electrons are actually getting into the valence, or getting into one of the orbitals, or the outermost orbital, valence shell of the sodium ion. I believe that's what's happening there. It's a little different between the two, the hydrogen and the chlorine, and the sodium and the oxygen, but you essentially have a surrounding of these sodium and these chloride ions by water molecules. They surround it, they envelop it, and so it's very, very soluble in water. And then this other idea of hydration, in that you've got this crystal lattice structure of sodium chloride, and it's being held together. There's energy holding it together, but the energy of hydration can overcome that energy of the crystal lattice structure. It can overcome it, and essentially the sodium chloride is like, this is going to be a lower energy state once we get hydrated, so we're going to go into that. We're going to release energy, becomes exothermic, the whole interaction, or hydration, and so it hydrates. It becomes soluble in water. Again, I'm trying to think through this myself. I still feel kind of fuzzy on some of this. Sodium chloride is the example. Another good example used in Texas, I think it's maybe silver chloride, AgCl. I don't even know if that's a possibility. It cannot be hydrated. But then there's this other idea of solubility, and I know this for sure because I've seen it. Solubility is not an absolute concept, it is a relative concept. Now, you do have to have a mark where you define solubility, and you get past that threshold, that measurement, you're saying this is soluble, and you're below it, you're not soluble. But even cholesterol, I think, is soluble in water up to like 1,000th of a millimolar per liter of water, if that's what you're dissolving in. Your solvent is, I should say. So you have to have a threshold. So like, I think in the text I'm looking at, which is like nutritional biochemistry, the arbitrary threshold they're using was 1 millimolar per liter of water. If you're in excess of 1 millimolar per liter of water, then you are soluble in that definition. If not, you are insoluble in water. So even like fats are going to have slight solubility by the technical term of having a portion of that in the water, partially hydrated. It's just that most of the substance is going to be, it's not going to be hydrated. what was the other example I was thinking of? It's kind of like you do have some hydronium ions and some hydroxyl ions in water, a very small portion, but you do have that. I think it's like 1 in every 500 million water molecules is going to have a hydronium ion or a proton. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm not really trying to explain this to you. I'm really just thinking about it. Maybe like it's interesting to me. Maybe it's interesting to you. Solubility is very interesting to me. I think about it a lot. Okay, what else? 3rd of July. I'm headed home. I gotta get some milk right now. We go through a lot of milk in our household, but I gotta get some milk on the way home, and then I'm going home. Maybe we'll shoot off some fireworks tonight because we got too many. Let me tell you this too, by the way. Fireworks. We went to go get fireworks today. It's the 3rd. You kind of have to get them today. I feel like it's just a zoo. Anytime you want to do something kind of last minute, it's a zoo, man. I get so angry with crowds. Like, not, it's irrationally angry. I deserve it. I deserve to be a part of the crowd. It just feels stupid. Like, why did I wait? And now I'm just part of the horde with their mouth open, drooling, waiting in line. I'm that person, you know. I know I'm part of that. So I get mad when I you know, wait. When I wait till the last minute, which feels like probably that's a lot of the time. We go to get fireworks today, and I don't know, just grabbing stuff. All right, you know. Here's some fountains. Here's some, not getting the black cats. They're too dangerous for the little ones. Here's obviously the poppers and smoke bombs and grenades. Here's some Roman candles. Like, getting all excited for the kids. It's fun, you know. And then, like, we're starting to fill the buckets up, and I'm like, man, I think we're maybe getting a little too much in here. And we left there, and I feel like I spent just a little bit more than, like, it wasn't a lot more than I expected, but it was enough. And here's my thing with firework stands. You never leave, like, I feel like you never leave a fire. You can go in there and they'll be like, oh, we have this deal, 40% off, or it's buy one get one free of anything, and you're like, oh wow. You never leave a fireworks stand feeling like you got a great deal. Maybe some people do. I never do. I always feel like I spent just a little bit more than I would have liked to. It's not a lot. It's not like, man, I sticker shock. You always kind of have a sense of what you're going to be spending, but you never leave there, like, you kind of feel like you're leaving there and they're getting a better deal. And frankly, they probably are. If they weren't, then they couldn't be open 2 days out of the year, 3 days out of the year. But, and I was thinking about this too. There was, like, we bought a mortar set in there. It's very expensive, you know, given how much time you're going to be watching it. Like, these big mortar cases, $50, $100, and they go off for 35 seconds and it's over. You think about the hourly rate on that kind of thing, and you don't even, it's like, it's astronomical. You know, if it's $50 for 30 seconds, that's $100 a minute. $100 for 10 minutes, that's, you know, that's $1,000 for 10 minutes. You're talking $6,000 an hour on a display. That's probably about what a fireworks display costs. Literally, because you think about an hour of good fireworks, and it's probably, someone's selling out probably $5,000, $6,000 for that. Or a lot more if it's your, you know, local city. Okay, well, in terms of just daily updates, you can't get anything done on the 4th. I got my pieces in from McMaster-Carr, or on the 3rd, it's the 3rd. Got my pieces in from McMaster-Carr, and I didn't even have time to go out there today. I probably did, but it's still early. I'm trying to head home. It's a little before 6. I want to head home and kind of, I don't know, do some holiday stuff with the kids, the wife, all that, you know. I want to go spend some time, a little early time at home, you know. So I'm just gonna put off the spray dryer pieces until Monday, Tuesday, I guess. Yeah, Monday's not a holiday. No, because tomorrow's a holiday. What else too? I think that might be it. All of the really prescient updates. Oh, got a 1-star review today. Really sad. I'll show you pictures. Maybe when I put this up, I'll have pictures on, like, as I'm talking. Essentially, what happened is the reviewer stated that the bag came, like, the seal was broken. It was not broken. But it was sealed. There was a seal on there. You can see the picture. It's just that the zipper portion, I believe that must have come open in shipping, in transit, or just wasn't zipped properly, and so powder had gotten out of the pouch portion, not out of the bag, but out of the pouch portion, and sort of like caked into the zipper area, which is not good. It's not what you want at all. It looks really bad. So give us a 1-star review. And man, like, I'm sorry, you know, I'm really sorry. And I don't know if someone maybe the zipper legitimately came open when shipping, but I'm thinking more likely what happened is it was a test bag and someone just accidentally put it in a box when we were getting it ready. I think that's the more likely explanation. And I'm sorry about it early in. It's the kind of stuff that happens when you're just starting out. You know, I feel like maybe, I don't know. I know this, I can't just like say, oh, don't give me a 1-star review for anything, but I don't know. It'll definitely be fun to give extra product in there, you know, but I don't know. Just wish it didn't have to be that way. It's hard, production's hard. All right, I gotta go inside and get some milk. I'll be back. I might turn this back on when I get back. If not, have a great 4th. If so, I'll see you in a few minutes.